Okay, so we are public now.
Access the course. Go here. Let me get. I really like what you do
Thank
with
you.
your pushing people to buy real estate overseas.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you provide services in different languages around the world. Okay, I'm just sharing it to my group because I think it's very important for them to have this information as well. Because what you do is very important because I didn't realize how much I was actually missing out on by not having my um, sales page in different languages, not having my even the podcast that my husband and I just did a few months ago, like, making sure that we can translate that because who's there are multiple people across multiple cultures that work with their husband or work with their wives in business, and so it would have been great for anybody to be able to see. So y'all, I'm trying to situate myself on this camera so that my wall switches are not showing, but I am live before you today. I am back because I wanted to bring Darcy on, who has been an avid supporter of Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. I think over the last few years that we have been connected on social media. And I just want to say, there's a post that goes around that says that nobody supports your business like a social media stranger. And so for me, God has really, really been sending people that have been supporting business that don't know me. So I appreciate people who, paid to attend an event or just sharing the content, sending a DM and saying, "Hey, Makeda, I know that you're international, but did you know that you can have your videos to be in French? Did you know you could have it to be in Spanish?" And so everyone knows that I'm working in the Dominican Republic. I had to, and I think, Darcy, you commented on this post. I posted about how someone asked me in the Dominican Republic if I can create a landing page that had the Spanish language on it so that they can then share it with the local people. Hey, Tina, so that they could then share it with the local people in the Dominican Republic in case they wanted to come to the day conference that we were having. And I was like, how am I going to do that? And so somebody said, Chat GPT. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. I literally copied and pasted everything from my English landing page to Chat GPT, copied what I didn't even know what it was saying. But I said, okay, does this sound right? But introduce yourself to the people and then you can elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes, that's great. So first of all, I would like to say thank you so much, Makeda. I like what you're doing with your husband is amazing. Like when we are in this lane where we have like a North America business base, and you talk about the international. Sometimes you're kind of lonely. It's like, do
Mm-hmm,
people really catch the importance to be international? And then when
mm-hmm,
I start seeing your content online, I said, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm going to support you and do whatever I have to do because, like, we have an abundance mentality.
mm-hmm.
So, especially when I know that you're a part of the kingdom, I say, yes, no problem. And that's why I really appreciate what you do. And I like the way your team is around you. Most of the time, it's rare to see somebody who got a tribe who are so faithful to what you're doing. You have your top 25, 30 ladies. No matter what you do, they are with you. And I was very impressed by that when I came to your event in January. That's why I did the video testimonial. I said, I've been to a lot of
Yeah,
events, but it's rare to see, and I don't see competition between your guys. You're
yeah,
always like helping each other, and it's so great. So my
yeah.
name is Darcy Ogandaga. You hear the accent already. I was born in Paris, France. I'm originally from Gabon, Central Africa, but I live in the United States for the last 20 years. So I really live into those three continents, and by the grace of God, I have three passports. So I'm a true global person doing business in 69 nations since 2002. I work, help Bishop Jakes, Dr. Creflo Dollar, Bill Winston, Miles Monroe, Charles Mayer, John Maxwell, and the list is long of people, Dikembe Mutombo too, to expand their business beyond the English speaking nation.
Mhm.
So we'll talk more in details about that during this broadcast.
Okay, so I like to when I have guests on, hey Tina, thanks so much for being on here and commenting. So I just want to make sure that for those of you who are entrepreneurs that are tuning in, there is money that we are leaving on the table. And the reason being is because we have services and products that we have out there that is only in English, and so when Darcy seen that I had great content and great services that I was offering, but everything was only in English, he reached out to me to let me know that I can expand so that way, from my ebooks to my landing pages to my website, being in multiple languages so that people can start to understand what it is that I'm doing. Because really, Darcy, I'm not just looking for real estate agents that are inside of the United States to take them international. I'm looking for agents that are in London, agents that are in South Africa, agents that are in Nigeria, and I'm looking to give them the opportunity to work in countries that do not require a license so that way they can earn in different continents and currencies and all of that. But in order for me to reach them even more, I have to diversify the language on my pages and what I'm saying. So can you speak to that?
So that's great. I love what you're saying. So you have to understand that for your audience, people watching live and in replay, that only 20% of the global internet speaks English. Only
Mm,
20%. And I know that when you were in school here, and they told you like everybody speak English in the world, and that you did, when you start traveling, you already understand that everybody doesn't speak English, especially in the non-speaking nations. So I will give you some stats. We're going to help you to understand how important it
okay.
is to have your content in different languages. So there is 29 nations around the world who speak French. Okay, 29 nations, and
Okay.
more than 20 of those nations are in Africa. Okay, in continental Africa. There's 21 nation who speak Spanish, 21 around the world, and there's 22 countries who speak Arabic. What I use those three languages because that's where a lot of business happening. Of course, there's people in Asia, in Japan and Singapore and mainland China, but let's focus on those three languages. So when you add the nation who speak, 29 nations who speak French, yes, Tina. So when you add English speaking nation, there's 59 nations around the world who speak English. So when you add English, Spanish, French, and Arabic, you can now reach 131 different countries. This is huge. And now I'm going to give you some practical example so you will understand the impact. So we are all entrepreneurs. Everybody heard about the book Poor Dad, Rich Dad. So Robert Kiyosaki was able to build a content-based business. That's very important what I'm saying. Content-based business, it means that when you are experts in any topic and you create a business around your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert Kiyosaki, by 2006, he released his book in 1996. His book was translated in 53 languages. Let me repeat that. 53 languages. So his book was so big, he created curriculum, and the name of his company is richdad.com. So whenever you get a chance, go to his website and you will see that he certified people every week for a long time. He has a conference somewhere in the world, in
Mm.
Japan, in Singapore, in some French part of Africa. Somebody represent his company selling courses and consulting every week somewhere physically and virtually. So
Wait,
this is why it's
so
so important.
Darcy, you said because
Yes.
I'm putting comments in here because I like people to go back and like look at some quick points. You said poor dad, rich dad. was translated into how many languages?
53 languages.
53 languages.
Languages.
So just to recap what you said, because just break it down.
Yes.
You're saying that because he translated his probably number one selling book in the world into 53 different languages, it gave people an opportunity to be able to buy his product, to break it down into different courses and different other resources or whatever, including being an affiliate of his product, because now it's in multiple languages. And so it gives people around the world a chance to buy his product. Do y'all hear how much money, including myself, is leaving on the table because we do products and services in multiple languages? Do y'all hear this?
Yes, so that is so powerful. And then early in my career, I have a privilege to work with, one of the biggest preachers around the world. And I know you live in Chicago. That's one of my best clients, Dr. Bill Winston. And I
Okay.
remember, yes, Dr. Bill Winston, back in 2008 or 2009, he was going in Belgium to do a conference. And I knew that, because I've been following, I knew he got nothing in French. So I called the office and I was able to get a contract on the spot to not only translate one of his books in French, but another one in Spanish. But after that, he has a school, Joseph Business Schools, years later, was able to open a campus in Belgium, and they translate all their content in French to teach all the concept of his school. And today, if you follow him, he got school in Dubai, in South Africa, in Nigeria, everywhere. But because he was smart enough to understand that for him to go global, he has to put his stuff in different languages, including his books and the curriculum of Joseph Business Schools. So that is a practical example I want to give you. And I will just go a little deeper, with that. Like, for example, I did a lot of global tours. So when I go to France, for example, I'm selling my courses in euro. I just give you an example. So according to the rate. So if I sell my course in euros, let's say like $1,000, 1,000 euros. If I sell it for 1,000 euros, on the conversion alone, I'm making about 260 to 290 more dollars, just because I'm over there in France in a conference, speaking in French, selling my product. People already bought the ticket, selling my product in French, high ticket, live on stage. And people buying euros, it goes straight to my Stripe or my PayPal and convert it tax-free directly in US dollars. This is really important. And I know you want to add something, Makeda. So
I'm trying to take it all in, and then I'm trying to comment at the same time, and I'm like, OMG. So I just want to make sure people are picking it up. Are y'all picking up what Darcy is putting down? As Myron Golden and say, are you picking up what the man is putting down? I want to circle back around because you mentioned Bill Winston, and Bill Winston is a prominent pastor in the Chicagoland area. So I'm glad that you mentioned him. He has the Joseph Business School that you mentioned. But did you just say that he has duplicated his Joseph Business School in multiple countries because he took his business school here in Chicago global, and it's in different languages?
yes, yes. And I will go a little deeper with more example about that. Now, I live in Atlanta, and my pastor is Dr. Creflo Dollar. That's how I have the opportunity to translate for Bill Winston.
Okay.
So now I will just break it down for you now. Let's go to the power of content-based business. Very important what I'm saying. So as an expert, so back then, years ago again, 10, 15 years ago, the World Changer broadcast was reaching 1 billion people every day on television. Let me repeat that. The TV broadcast, not the church, not the conferences, not online. The TV broadcast was reaching 1 billion people. Listen to the very important details in 14 different languages.
Wow.
So you have to understand that For that type of reach, you can take any artist that you call hot now. You cannot even compare to the impact to have your content available in 14 different languages. So this ministries got offices in Russia, in South
Mhm.
Africa, in UK, in Nigeria, in Canada, in India. And you have to understand that when you talk about India, even if some of them speak English, they speak Punjabi. So just by translating your content in Punjabi, you reach so many people. And you have to understand that when you have a content, people looking for the same thing online. If you're a coach who talk about love, talk about business, they want the information. And when you're an American entrepreneur and you take the time to translate your content, by the time you translate your content, you destroy your competition. There's no more competition for you, especially as a minority. At the moment you translate your content in another language, there's no more competition for you because like they don't have enough minority entrepreneur who are black based in the United States having their content in different languages. Not even 1% of us.
I just want to take a moment to just thank God for just opening up the doors of international. Yesterday I was talking to Stephanie and we got on the topic of like the supply chain business and like selling and importing clothes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and she was like, this is, I said, well, Stephanie, we don't have this information. I said, is it limited because like in the black community? And she was like, no, it's not a black thing. And I was like, well, it must be a cultural thing because we're not thinking about selling fruits and vegetables. And so she was like, no. And so people on my timeline, Darcy, agree with me. Like it wasn't how we was raised. It wasn't how we was brought up. But because she is a second generation entrepreneur, she had the mindset when people were saying, "Oh, bring me back some harvest grains or whatever, or bring me back this or bring me back that." And she was like, her entrepreneur mind kicked in to say, "Wait a minute, why are these people wanting this product? Is this something that I can, build and control the distribution of?" And so she kicked in and then she started distributing some of those things that people were asking her because she knew that there was a demand for it. But for us, we don't have that information. And so the reason why I said I'm thanking God for this is because here you come along. You know what? Stephanie said this the other day. She said that God has somebody in the kingdom for every area that we need. And
Amen.
here you come along for every area that we need as an entrepreneur, as we're going global, we're going international. Make the bigger people than done it, but now it's time for us to do it. Now it's time for a larger part of God's kingdom to be able to take their business international. But then here you come along to say, have you ever thought about putting your content in multiple languages and giving the example of Poor Dad Rich Dad being translated into 53 languages? Now that book is on my shelf in my office. So like everybody talks about that book in real estate. So Joshua has a Joshua, Joshua, I was just thinking about that name, Joshua. I'll send you a private message, but he actually has a comic book series, multiple comic book series. So Joshua, can you let me know, is that translated into multiple languages? Because I know you said that you speak 3 languages. So is your comic books already translated into multiple languages? Let me know. Did you want to elaborate, Darcy?
Yes. So this is why it's so important. So when I start seeing this, so okay, wait a minute. And of course, when you look at different, because like there's a difference online. There's like people like or you say, oh, he answer. Joshua just answer. So there's a difference between a Brandon Bouchard. Don't know if you heard, you know who it is, Brandon Bouchard. That's one of my mentors. Is a big in marketing. He did all the online courses for Oprah, and
Okay.
his mom is French, but his book, like there's a difference between an Amazon bestseller and a #1 New York Times bestseller. I don't know if people know the difference.
Okay.
If I can elaborate really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon bestseller is just based on Amazon sales, okay? But for you to be a #1 or even a New York Times bestselling author, you have to sell in different format your book for a week or 10 days. Okay.
Okay.
So it's about the very between 4,000 copies and 5,000 copies. But when you become a New York Times bestselling author, publishing company from around the world, they approach you and they want you to sell the rights, what we call foreign rights for your book.
Okay.
So like you can sell, like, okay, I want to sell my French rights for 500,000, but I keep 10%. My German right, another 500,000, but I keep 10%. So you can sell foreign rights. So you get checks from territories. So let's say like this month you're getting a check for Russia, $45,000. 3 months later, you get a check for Japan. So those global New York Times bestselling author, their kind of money is a whole nother level. Like we don't even talk about it in the community because, like, most of us don't really understand that part of the game. I was, I have a privilege to work with those big guys since 2002. So that's what I learned because I was a translator. So I learned the game because I was the one picking the phone and deal with the foreign rights and TV rights and stuff like that. And that's why I learned the game. I said, oh my God, there's so much money in it. And so that's why you see like certain people being in a level where you feel like they're doing, so why they have a jet? Because they're making money that we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so big. And this is why when you have a foreign rights, you receive a check per languages. That's a book. Now, let's go now to online courses, okay? Let's just go to online courses. My wife and I, we have a catalog of 162 online courses.
Wow.
Yes. So we have a lot of courses. So every day there's somebody in the world buying one of our courses in French or in English. So now what we're doing now with our offer entrepreneur, I explained that in the course. I put on the link. I don't know. I don't see my comment on the, for some reason I put a comment there, but I don't see it, everywhere. But it's just like in the course, I teach people how you can now do what I did. My brand new course is bilingual. So I speak in English, but it's subtitled in French. So I'm sending this course now to both world at the same time, in English and in French. Everybody can buy the course and follow the course just like Netflix with different subtitles. And that is the kind of things that I'm teaching entrepreneur now, that you can have your course French, Arabic, French, Mandarin, or English, Mandarin. So you speak English and you have everything subtitled. That's one of the easiest way. If you have more money, we can make a voice translation, But like what is good because you have your personality, it can be that. But I will stop there. I believe you want to add something, Makeda. Go ahead.
You see my mind is
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
doing
yes,
this,
yes.
and
It's
then my
my
eyes
pause.
are like, oh,
So I
but
have to pause.
I'm looking around for a notebook. I'm like, I need to be taking notes. Like I know Astrid said that you're dropping gems and she's taking notes, but it was so much. And then I'm trying to go back to the beginning of the video when you started. So when he said, y'all, Rich Dad Poor Dad is translated into 53 languages, I learned something new. So now that's embedded into my brain. I learned that Bill Winston, his business Joseph Business School is duplicated in multiple countries around the world and in different languages. I also learned that now that part about being able to sell your course in different currencies and it being euros, and a euros is higher than a dollar, and then they get calculated and trans. So that I'm gonna have to go back over that part. And then the fourth thing, when you drop the gem about it was something about the foreign rights. The
Foreign
foreign
rights. Yes.
yes.
So foreign rights is important. I mean, somebody said like Amazon convert to any languages. No, Amazon do not convert. You can sell your book on Amazon in different languages, but Amazon will not convert it. Amazon will make your book available globally in different Amazon.com. There's Amazon France, there's Amazon Japan, there's Amazon Germany. Yes, your book can be available to all the Amazon, but you're gonna have to translate. Now, what I'm gonna say with an AI, you can translate But when it comes to the written format, you have to need to have somebody from a native who speak the native language to check because it's a machine. So the translation is 85% good. 15% need to be adjusted. So if you translate with AI, because I'm a translator, so I know. So when you translate with AI, you can translate with AI, but then you have to pay somebody to go back and check.
Yeah.
Because it's not perfected yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good for, website, doing something really quick. But when it comes to a long form content, like a book or online course, make sure there's a native speaker who can check beyond it. Okay.
Okay.
That's very
So
important.
I want the audience, yeah, I might start doing this on a regular basis because all this week people just been coming on just dropping gym after gym after gym. So I think I'm going to be doing this a lot more frequently. But I need y'all to share this video if you're watching, if you're on Facebook or if you're watching on Instagram, to share the video because now I figured out StreamYard. Thanks to Darcy, y'all helping me out. I can stream to Facebook and I can stream to Instagram at the same time using this one platform, StreamYard. I think I can stream up to 3 different places, which YouTube probably will be the next place. But I want y'all to drop at least one thing that you have learned watching this live. And then I'm seeing a button on here that says comment sent with 200 stars or more will appear here. So I don't know what this stars thing is, but if y'all can give me some stars like that would help me to continue to do what I'm doing as far as bringing these guests on. Last night we had a whole business class about the supply chain business.
Wow.
Today we having a whole business class about foreign rights, about having your services and products in different languages. So let me know what you learned. Next time, call me. I'm a StreamYard expert. Okay. Okay. That's my sister, y'all.
Okay.
Stars is like gifts. Okay, give me some gifts, y'all. If the
Yes.
content is good, give me some gifts, like they say over on Instagram. Stars is like gifts. Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Santina. I think Santina just sent me 20 stars. Thank you, girl.
Praise
Okay,
God.
so let me know what did y'all learn because I've named my 5 things that I learned while I'm on here. What did you learn? Because I need to get my ebooks, my website, my courses translated into other languages because this is what the wealthy is doing. Also, when we do that, we have the opportunity to be able to sell the rights in different countries while keeping rights in other certain countries. That was mind blowing. Let me see what somebody said. Joshua said, I learned that I need to learn the number one import and export of a country. And then I learned I need to translate that so I can distribute it. Come on, Joshua. Come on.
That's
Okay.
good.
Let me see. Okay, so Nikisa. Okay, so they give me stars. Okay, those are stars. Never
Good.
knew that Amazon was country specific. So can you go back over that? Were you saying that they have Amazon in certain countries, but they can buy the book, but it will come in English? They don't translate the words in the book.
Yes. So
Okay.
Amazon is a global company. Okay. So Amazon, they have Amazon France,
Mm-hmm.
they have Amazon Germany, they have Amazon Japan. So it's from different. So if you go to Amazon.gp is Japan, Amazon.fr is France,
Okay.
Germany I believe is a something.
Yeah, I've
But
seen UK before.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you go to people who publish your book, you have a choice to put your book worldwide. So it means like in all territories, but they get a bigger percentage, about 60%, close to 60% of your money. But your book is available in every Amazon store. Some books are only available to America, Amazon. Okay. So you want to make sure your book is everywhere. But another thing that I explained in my course is the advantage to have your book available in different formats. One of the formats that a lot of people sleep on is the audio. Audio book is so powerful. Like somebody like me, I have a lot of my clients who live in Africa, and Amazon don't ship in Africa in some places. So the way they buy my book is on my website on a audio format, and people can just download my book on audio format with an intro and an outro. So even somebody who would like to give my book away, they're still giving my whole business with my information in it. So never record your book by not giving your name, not your website. You have to protect it from the intro, let people know who you are, how they can contact you, and the outro at the end is so important to do that. So you want to translate your book, but when you want to translate your book, you need to have a strategy to penetrate the market. Translate a book, having your book in Spanish and just put it on Amazon. Amazon not going to push your book. You still need to do ads. One of my number one line whenever I'm on stage or virtually, I always tell people never believe the hype. Social media is not free and will never be free when it comes to business. You have to pay to play. So there's a part of marketing, and I know Makeda knows about that. You have to pay advertising and target. So the last gem I will give, because I have to go before 3, the last gem I will give you is that when you do ads, if I want to do ads, for example, in Accra, Ghana, I know you've been in Ghana a couple of times, it will be, my money multiplied by 20 of the amount of people I can reach if I use, for example, $500 and I want to advertise something in Atlanta, and I take $500 to advertise in Accra, Ghana, I'm reaching 20 to 25 more people
Oh,
in
that's good
Accra.
right there. That's good,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Did y'all pick that up? That's good right there. Because
You know,
when I was in Ghana, the US dollar was 12 times higher than their one. So I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all picking it up? I guess these books, let me see. I guess these books need to be copyrighted worldwide if you do publish worldwide. Protection of property.
no. If your book is copyright in one language is enough. You don't need to copyright in multiple languages. If your book is protected in English, you don't need to protect it in French and in Spanish and Arabic. If your book is copyrighted in English, is enough. You don't need to do that in every languages. Yes. So now it's bigger than that, Makeda. It's not about the dollar. It's
Okay.
about the competition. Advertising on social media work with supply and demand. So there's
Okay.
not enough companies in Ghana locally who pay ads on social media. So from
Okay.
America, when you target Accra, Ghana, there's not enough competition, so they give you more people to reach.
Oh, that's
So, like
good.
for example, like when I work with companies and I consult with them, so for example, it's easier to reach 1 million people in Ghana, Kenya, or South Africa than to reach 1 million people in New York, Atlanta, and LA when it comes to a market to the cost of acquisition of a client. So let's say, just to break it down, let's say like in Atlanta, it will cost me $2 a lead. Okay. In Ghana, it will cost me 10 cents a lead. In South
Okay.
Africa, it might cost me 8 cents a lead. In
Right.
Kenya, maybe 3 cents a lead. So that's why
Okay.
it's so important to use that. Our social media, who's like Facebook, who's a global company, you can target people per territories. So like my book now, I mean my course now that I release is available. When I target in different places. I target it in different places so I can reach more people and get more clients if I was just trying to reach people in Atlanta and Chicago. Make
Okay.
sense? Okay.
Yes. So Darcy gave us a lot of free information.
Yes.
And I also wanted him to he sent me his course the other day, and so I asked him to be a guest today because I wanted more people to know about what it is that he's doing. He's been very supportive of my business. I want to be very supportive of his business. And so can you explain with them with this course that you have released? Makeda 25. It's nice to see my name as a discount code. Makeda 25, 25% off through Saturday. Can you let them know what are they getting in this course? And I know you and I both have another call in 6 minutes.
Yes. So this course is so powerful because I will give you some gem when it comes to publishing. Like everything I'm saying is not even 1% to what you're going to get in the course when it comes to publishing. I will give you the opportunity to have your book available in 4,000 physical store around the world and 240,000 digital libraries. Okay, and the ability for you to do even local marketing according to whatever you want to do. That's number one. Number two, I will show you how you can publish a podcast in 11 different podcast directory, audio podcasts. I don't have time to go in details, but a podcast is just not a headphone and a microphone on YouTube. A podcast, a download, the value of a download is worth 50 views. Okay. And when you know how to use certain hosting company and have a certain amount of download, they will send you sponsors. So you make money on a podcasting game according to the business want to do partnership with you, not according to how many people view your podcast. So YouTube is just like a something that we put on top of it, but the money is really on the audio download. So I
Okay.
break it down, in the course, and also some of the tools, how to create reels and how to put your stuff in different languages. So I show you that how you can put your online course or your book in more than 25 languages. So all that inside the course, and it's only $297. And for you, it's going to be you're going to have 25% off, and the price will go up, at the end of the month of May. But I know you will seize the opportunity, and the good thing about it, because you're from Makeda group, usually I charge a lot for consultation, but everybody going to buy the course between now and Saturday. I will give them a 30-minute Zoom
Oh
session for
wow.
free because we people of the kingdom. So I want to make
Yeah.
sure that I try to give what
Yeah.
Makeda is doing for me. Okay.
I love that. I love that. So
Well,
this is the global kingdom movement, y'all. It's the global kingdom movement. So you got a lot of information that you can use now, and even for free, and even more information that you can get if you were to buy his course. So let me know if you all need any information. If you are on Facebook, I will drop Darcy's profile in the comments so that way you can connect and follow him as well. If you search his name, you'll be able to find him. But that's it. That's all. If y'all are interested in international real estate, y'all know where to find me. You want to go to Punta Cana on next month, you know where to find me. You got 8 days to get your tickets. And that's it, Darcy. So I'll get on my next call. Let me know when we can maybe do this again, but do it on YouTube or your podcast or something like that. But
yes, we can do it better. Like I will show you. I mean, we will have our own session sometime next week whenever you're
okay,
free. So I will give
okay,
you more information about how we can collaborate together. Okay,
okay.
to
All
more
right,
things.
sounds good.
No problem.
All
Okay
right,
then.
thank you. Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye, everybody.